I'm DJ Ron Slomwitz here in Louisville, Kentucky for Notable Dance and Fusion Radio with Marc Vedo.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
We've done this already?
It sounds familiar.
Yeah.
We just met before his set. He just played a blinding set here at Play Dance Bar. But I want to say thank you so much for doing it sober.
Thank you.
Because everyone likes to drink a little bit on the DJ. Was it
Yeah.
different for you tonight because you weren't drinking at all?
No, not at all. I mean, sometimes I drink, sometimes I don't. Because I travel a lot, and like tomorrow I'm actually flying quite early, so you can't really drink. You know, it's a job. You're here. People pay you to come here. I've travelled all the way from the UK via Asia, so you can't really turn up and just be a complete mess. You have to be professional and play, and obviously you've got a lot of people in the club.
Mm-hmm. So one of the big topics, talking about drinking during Winter Music Conference, was healthy lifestyle. Avicii went down, Afrojack went down. How do you keep a balanced life, touring so much, and maintaining a balance?
For me personally, I always try and go to the gym when I get somewhere. I was even going to go to the gym today, but I was really tired. But I think personally for me, that's the best way to keep focused. And I try to go to the gym 3 or 4 times a week and work out. Run, and when you're traveling and the lifestyle that you lead, late nights, it's really important. I think a lot of people abuse their bodies, so you can burn out, and a lot of big people have burnt out recently. So it's kind of a little warning to up and coming people in the industry. You need to keep a cool head. It's a business, it's a party industry, but it's also a business.
Of course. And as part of the industry, you run Cool Waters Management Company.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
So it started off as a club night in the UK, and then it expanded and became a record label, and it's a management company now. So I manage Boy George and lots of different artists, and it's a headache, but it's good fun, and it's for me, I've always thought of myself as a businessman as well as a music producer, and when I'm traveling, it's important to have another fallback. Really, for me, it was always about having something else. If I wasn't out touring, it's really important to have another source of income, and also it's become something I really like. I like the business side of it, managing artists and organising the bookings. So I've got a really good team now. I've got 6-7 people working in the office, and they kind of do the backbone of the business. So that's kind of what Cool Waters is about now.
And I always see you on rosters as the touring DJ for DJ Magazine.
Yes.
How'd you get that gig? 'Cause that's a kick-ass gig.
That is a kick-ass gig, yeah. I mean, I got involved with DJ Mag because I did a few of their parties, and then I did a couple of their front cover CDs with George, and that kind of led on to interviews and I don't know, it's just kind of a build-up of 5, 6, 7 years of business with them, and they obviously trust me to represent the brand. So for me it's a big honor, and it's great because DJ Mag is the biggest DJ magazine in the world, so it's really important, and I love it. I've been all over the world with them.
Wow. And talking about all over the world, how did you meet up with Boy George and come to manage him?
Wow. I used to be a promoter, so Cool Waters started off as an events company. We used to put on events, and George was the 3rd DJ that I booked. I was 19, so I've known George since I was 19, since I was really small.
About 5 years, that is.
Yeah, 5 years, that is, yeah. We just kind of started touring. We did our first international tour in Canada. And after that, we really got to know each other, and he asked me sort of 6 years ago if I wanted to look after him management-wise, and we took him on, and it's been great. It's been amazing.
Wow. And
yeah.
you just put out a mixie with him called Hot Fingers?
Yes, yeah, it's a label called Hot Fingers, and the compilation's called Hot Fingers Talks, and we both picked 16 tracks and mixed it together, and it's been out 2 weeks.
Is it a challenge now to license songs for compilations like it was, say, 10 years ago, or is it an easier process?
I think it's easier. There's less advances to pay, and the problem with compilations was paying advances because they were quite expensive. So if you had 16 tracks, you could end up paying 16 times, I don't know,
Wow.
$2,000 or whatever, you know. So nowadays it's much easier. The price you have to pay is less, but the deal is, and also the deal is much fairer. Before the labels used to give you 10-15%, and now it's much. You know, it's much more balanced, like a 50-50 split. So it's really good.
Awesome. And talking about the music conference, another big topic this year was how all the tracks are starting to sound the same. Are you seeing that also?
In EDM, yes, yeah. But I don't pay EDM, so that's fine.
What would you call what you play?
I play house music, which is quite deep, quite funky, quite groovy, quite dirty, quite sexy, quite chic.
Okay.
It's like a whole mixture, and I like taking people on the journey. I always find, you know, I'm not going to name any names, but I just think that, you know, the EDM scene, it's so hard, it's so in your face, it's, you know, it's bang 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 all the way through, and I like really building the set, you know, taking people on the groove and building it, you know, and climaxing at the end of my set. And I think that that's, you know, for me is the best programming as a DJ. And I've, you know, house music allows you to do that. I think EDM, as the Americans have at the moment, has become such a popular sound, but it's always like, you know, the energy is always like up there, and it's impossible to keep that energy for 6, 7, 8 hours. So, I mean, it's a trend, and it'll pass, but it's good. The whole EDM scene in the US has been great because it's brought in loads of young people, and as they progress and become older, they will mature and their sound will change, which means that, you know, the whole scene will benefit from it.
Do you see the new house thing, the whole 90s flashback trend, is that going to keep going, or do you think that's going to plateau also?
I think in Europe it's smashing. At the moment, it's really, really big in Europe, and it's becoming a huge. I think this year it will peak, especially in Ibiza, and I think it's just coming over to the US right now. I think the US has still got that whole EDM sound, and tonight I played very housey, and you know, it was really refreshing to see yet another city in America that's kind of responsive to, you know, proper house music. Doesn't have to be banging for it to be good and for people to dance, you know. Electronic music has got so many diverse sections to it. You know, I think people need to open their minds.
Are you seeing progressive coming next, like real progressive, not like the bullshit Stadium House stuff, but like the that Inception record from Seamus Haji, the Baker Matt track that just came out? Are you seeing that coming next after New House, or what do you see next?
That's hard. It's like predicting the future. Which is the horse that's going to win tomorrow in the Kentucky Derby?
Who knows?
You know, who knows? I don't know. I mean, at the moment, I think the really big, heavy bass sounds, but really stripped back, so there's not a lot, there's no vocals. I think that's the kind of next trend at the moment. You know, well, that's why I'm playing it anyway. It's a sound I see the dance floor really reacting to, so I kind of think that's where we're going for the next year, 2 years.
Very cool. If people want to follow you online, what's your best social media?
MarcVedo.com, my Facebook page, which is Marc Vedo Facebook fan page, and my SoundCloud page. I won't even say MySpace. Does that even exist? I think I've got a MySpace page.
It does, yeah.
Really? Does anyone use it?
It's a music thing, but the real big thing I hear is Friendster. That's the really big one now.
Who?
Friendster.
Who's that? I've never heard of it. No, for me it's SoundCloud, MySpace. Sorry.
SoundCloud, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Vine,
yeah, that's it.
Snapchat, Kick.
Yeah, exactly.
And what would you like to say to all of your fans out there?
Well, thank you very much for coming out tonight. You guys have been wicked, and I'm hoping to be back very soon.
Thank you so much. You watched here on Notable Dance and Fusion Radio. This is Marc Vedo. See you again soon.